episode 104, and welcome into the Bench is Clear podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. I'm Tyler Coe, representing the Los Angeles Dodgers, who went an abysmal 3-3 last week. Abysmal, unacceptable, awful.
Yeah, that 3-3 actually has to sting a little more than it does. I am Jesse Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the undefeated week, having San Francisco first place Gigantes.
Fuck you.
Everything's great. Baseball's fun.
I'm already gonna bring it back. I'm bringing it back. I don't know if you know what I'm bringing back, but I'll tell you what I'm bringing back.
What are you bringing back?
Enjoy it while it lasts. I said it last year for like the 2 days you guys had in first place. So enjoy these next couple games.
Right.
Because come next week, you're never going to see first place ever again. I'm bringing it back. This time it's actually going to work. Yeah. Let's just get into it, because I cannot contain my fucking anger, and we're going to start very out of order. I'll get back to the Padres series after I go over the Diamondbacks series. The Dodgers lose the series.
So I guess what you said.
To the lowly Diamondbacks. And holy shit.
Shites.
You lose last night because you ground into 4 double plays, and you fly out into 1 because Chris Taylor apparently said he thought he had a great view of the ball and just took off. And turns out, nah. Super wrong. So 5 double plays in total. Gavin Lux has the yips. Can't make the goddamn throw from second base. We all thought Trey Turner was bad. Holy shit. Makes a horrible throw, leads to a run, and then just fast forward a bit, he makes a very similar throw today. Dodgers challenge it. Turns out Freddie Freeman helps him out and gets his toe back on the bag. But we're talking routine ground balls where you can sit for a good second and then throw it to first. And Gavin Lux cannot make that throw. Freeman, helps him out a little bit. But all that pales in comparison to our boy, Max fucking Muncy, who can't throw the ball either. Dodgers are tied 1-1. No outs, man on first. Here comes the sack bunt. Okay, cool. We have 1 out now. Guy on second. Whatever. No. Max Muncy throws the ball clear into right field. The man on first scores from first.
Naturally.
Obviously. And the batter ends up on third.
You're saying the batter because no one knows anybody on the fucking Diamondbacks. So I think that's an accurate description of who was maybe
Alcantara. I don't know his name. All I know is he's like 150 pounds because they were making a big deal of how little he is. But anyways, if you recall last week, I brought it up that Max Muncy was having trouble at second base fielding the ball. He was just muffing a lot of balls.
Right.
But he was still able to make the throw because he's at second base. Now he can't throw the goddamn ball. He also can't hit the goddamn ball.
That's hard.
So that brings me into my stud and dud of the week. No stud, only duds. Max Muncy gets both dud spots. Dude.
Well, that's fine. You're not going to get no love to Walker Buehler throwing his first complete
Yes,
game, huh?
We'll get into that later. Walker Buehler had a great outing. If it weren't for him, we would have got swept by the Diamondbacks. Yeah, just a bad series. I mean, you come off beating San Diego.
Blood. Taylor Swift.
Take 2 out of 3. They almost take 3 out of 3. The Dodgers still have not figured out how to play in extra innings. Padres took him to school, lay down a bunt, sack fly, bing, bang, boom, game's over. But they played great in San Diego. The bats were waking up, and then they died in Arizona. And I don't understand it. I really don't. They keep talking about Freddie Freeman loves hitting at Chase Field, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. The Dodgers went like almost 17 straight innings without a run or something like that. I mean, it was crazy. And the thing about yesterday's game is it looked like it was going to be a laugher. It was like 3-0 in the first 4 or 5 hitters. And it was like, okay, like this is what they're supposed to do. And then they just blew it. And Julio had a great outing today. He gave up 1 hit. It happened to be a home run, but he gave up 1 hit. And then the bullpen's been great. It's just the goddamn infield can't figure their shit out. I'm just ranting. I'm really upset. I know it. And the thing is,
I know
it's.
I feel like, what is that in The Wedding Singer when he's like, he's losing his mind, and I'm reaping all the benefits.
And I'm reaping all the benefits. Yeah, don't interrupt me. It won't end well for you. But I know it's really early on in the season,
right?
But
very important to understand.
I'm gonna say it till I'm blue in the face. We lost the division by 1 game last year. And these are the kinds of games you need to win. Against you need to win the series.
You're gonna lose some
I'm
games.
not saying
you're gonna lose some series.
Listen,
to some shitty teams.
I know.
I'm just saying it's gonna happen.
No, it's not. Not this team. It's not supposed to happen.
Right. That's true. I mean, because honestly, it that's the norm in baseball. You're gonna lose some series, and you're gonna lose some series to some shitty teams. But it seemed like last year, the Giants and the Dodgers just didn't do that. It seemed like they just, I mean, it's just like an everyday thing where the Giants and Dodgers are going to win. We're going to win today. Like, I don't know if we could deal a full season through this. And it seems like that's where we are. Like every single day you're looking at the fucking standings in April. Like it's like it means anything, but it literally do.
I've already
scoreboard watching.
Last year, I probably watched over 100 Giant games, which is 90 more than I've ever watched in a season. And this year, I've watched almost all of them, at least as much as I could. If they weren't playing the Dodgers at the same time. But I just want to add one more thing, as cliche as it is. The Diamondbacks did not beat the Dodgers. The Dodgers beat themselves. Both games. And that's what I think upsets me the most.
Right.
If they just came out and pitchers weren't hitting their spots and they were just getting lit up, whatever. But just routine plays, they're not making them, and it's leading to runs, and it's going to hurt maybe. It could lose you the division, as we saw last year. So fuck this team. Go Seattle Mariners, 2022 World Series champions. You heard it here first.
Jumping ship 2 weeks in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Obviously, not obviously. We are recording during the Giants game. So when I said earlier that the Giants are going to sweep, that was just me putting things into existence. So I might actually sound really stupid. So maybe if they ended up losing the game today at the beginning, you were like, wait, undefeated. They just lost last night. I don't know. They're down 1-0. But I don't know. They could obviously lose this game, but I don't know. Jacob Junis looks like the man. The offense is just rolling. I mean, let's just take it from the top. First of all, they go to our nation's capital and just insurrected the national stadium and just tore everything down. They stopped the steal of the NL West and beat the shit out of the Nationals, I guess is the way what I'm trying to get at here. They hurt some feelings along the way. Gosh, I mean, Logan Webb, it wasn't a great outing, but it wasn't bad. Getting to his standards, which is a little scary, going into coming off a rough start. So we'll definitely keep tabs on that. But other than that, just everything was amazing. There's nothing else I can say. I mean, there's not very often that we get to talk about 3 series in a week recap episode, but we're going to talk about 3 series because there was
it's not even 3 series, it's 2 series in a game. Okay,
no,
get it right.
No, it's 3 series because 3 different teams. They swept the Milwaukee Brewers for the total of 1 game, and honestly, that was a Carlos Rodon game, and I was thinking, oh god, man, this is gonna be a great matchup. But they decided to push him back a day, and I get it. Injury history, you want to give him a break anytime, any chance you can get. But I was like, man, I really would like him to pitch in fucking Milwaukee. Like that's where you would want him. And so it was a bullpen game versus Burns, and I was like, you know what? we swept the Nationals. Let's just take care of business at home against Oakland. Pump this one, take the L in Milwaukee, but they pulled it out of their ass. Jock Pederson is the best player on planet Earth. When's it gonna stop?
Mm-hmm.
How about never? This guy's just on fire. You want to talk shit about him? That's fine. He's gonna hit a 2-run home run to go ahead of your team. Like I want to know what was said. I don't think anything's really came out. There's been rumors that they were talking about his family. I think I saw on tweet. Could be complete bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It had to have been something for him to step out. Like, I don't think it was like you suck or whatever. Like, for him to acknowledge it, to step out for a second, I feel like something had to have been said that was maybe not way over the line, but even just kind of crossing the line. And then afterwards, when he crosses the, first of all, he hits it, turns around and talks shit, runs the bases, and he goes across the plate. And I think he said, keep talking that shit, fucking pussy, or shut up, fucking I don't know, but it was fucking pussy. He
definitely said pussy. We know
there
that
was definitely
much.
some puss there in the words he was said. And it was great. I loved it. And then, of course, the emergence of Luis Gonzalez, my man who I guess the White Sox were just too cheap to pay for his rehab. So Farhan said, pluck. He actually just did that with a pitcher he just got from the Dodger system. They were too cheap to pay for his Tommy John. So they said, fuck it. We'll take him too. And who knows, in 3 years, we might be destroying the Dodgers because they want to pay for his rehab. So
well, yeah, you gotta pick him up for when Carlos Rodon's arm falls off in 4 more starts.
He had Tommy John. Okay. He's not coming. I mean, he wouldn't be even close until 2023. So he's all right. He'll go next month. Yeah, and then we're coming into this Oakland series, and it just looks like pure dominance right now. It looks how they were locked in September last year. This team, it just looks exactly like last year's team. I mean, there was people talking about the optimistic takes where, if they win 90, that's really being optimistic. And for me, I was like, oh, I feel like they're expecting at least 90. Like, if they don't hit that, I feel like they'd be disappointed. So I was even high 90s. But man, this team looks like, very early. I'm not saying they're going to do it, but the way they're rolling, it looks like they're going to win 100 games again. It's going to be the NL West, and the Dodgers look like they're winning every I know they just lost the series. Calm down. But we were
season's over. Yeah. Season's over.
It seems like this year is just like last year, but everyone knows what the fuck is going on. So it looks like the Giants are going to win 120 games and the Dodgers are going to win 119 or 121. I don't know, because they just seem to be fucking winning every single day. I don't know. It's insane, and fuck, it is what it is, baby.
It definitely makes next week a lot more exciting.
Yes.
They're just picking up where they left off. It's a bummer that it's only a 2-game series. I don't know what the fuck's up with that. It's pretty not chill.
Not chill.
But it's going to be a great 2 series. But before we kind of go into previewing that,
right. I'm not going to preview anything. There's one thing I got to say about this A series. It turns out, like, if Max Muncy is not performing, apparently there is the right-handed Max Muncy. I think I heard someone say the right-handed Max Muncy about this guy last year. I forgot who said this about a guy that you could probably trade for. His name is Sheldon Noisy. He has had a couple RBI hits and is hitting over like 300. I'm not sure if you know who he is, but they could trade for him. Maybe give them Max Muncy because he's the right-handed Max Muncy.
Sheldon Noisy, the guy that lost the Dodgers the division last year because he doesn't know how to stretch to catch a fucking ball. That Sheldon Noisy? Yeah, no thanks.
I think when he was picked up, somebody on this podcast said he was the right-handed Max Muncy. So that's the only thing I'm going off of, because the only thing I do is listen to this podcast. So
no, I don't think that's true. I don't think anyone would have said that. No one's that stupid.
That's a good point.
Yeah, no one's that stupid. A couple things around the league. First, I think it was right on the tail end of last week, or this weekend, so I don't think we caught it. Speaking of talking shit, Miles Straw jumping up almost in the stands. That was awesome.
That was great.
So dope. And especially when the audio came out in the video of the fans
Hit me,
perspective.
motherfucker. Hit me. Hit
And
me,
he's like saying like telling Quan to stay down, like,
right.
you know, it's not the most egregious thing. It's not like he was being, you know, saying horrible shit, but just the fact that that little like got straw to like hop of the fence, like that's your fucking guy, like sticking up for his teammates. That's awesome.
Right, but also we don't know everything that was said because that video that I'm assuming it's the same video. We're hearing like 4 people talking that I'm guessing are right around, you know, whoever's taking the video. There could be a guy 5 guys over because I mean everyone's talking, everyone's yelling shit. Who could have said something really disrespectful? So I don't think that stay down would be reason to jump on the fence. I mean, I'm here for it. I love it, but I don't think. I think something was a little bit more extreme than stay down. I don't know though.
Possibly. And then, you know, the best thing for me was Miles Straw then talking about how Yankee fans are the most classless fans in Major League Baseball.
Right.
Like just really going in on him. I love it. I'm here for it. Let the shit talking. The fans have all the power. They're getting Jock Pederson fired up. Miles Straw is almost jumping in and fucking going Ron Artest on him. I mean, dude, it's the year of the fan, baby. It's
Well, there's one person that's trying to take that away from the fan, and that's Kyle Schwarber. We didn't even talk about talking this before, but how crazy he went off of Angel Hernandez is, I think, at least all of us have been that at least one time in our living rooms yelling at the TV at Angel Hernandez. So I don't know. I think maybe Kyle Schwarber is like, you know, fuck the fan. It needs to be about me, and don't want to hear about it. You know what I mean? He might be trying to take it back.
Yeah, he's really bad. I mean, Jesus, dude, like
good.
He's still just as bad as he's ever been, but nothing's ever going to happen. I mean, the umpires have a union, so until one of them gets caught, you know, fixing balls and strikes or any part of the game for money, dude, they're good.
Yeah, I think
that lawsuit, I think, got dismissed. So, like, things have kind of smoothed over with Angel Hernandez and everything. He's not going anywhere.
No, unless I don't know, maybe a hero can come along and frame him for some fixing some games, or I don't know, something to get him out. You know what's kind of funny is you listen to we don't have very many player contacts. I've heard other podcasts talk about how players say, so this is a telephone situation, so who knows, talk about how people like Angel Hernandez as a person. Like they're always nice to him. He's a nice guy, but he's just the worst umpire. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like if you work with somebody and they're that shitty at their job, even if they're the nicest person in the world, you're still just like, fuck that dude. Like, this guy's such a piece of shit, and I have to do this and this to clean up after him, or I have to do this and this, or whatever. I don't know if I could say anything positive about him, so he must be like the nicest guy, remembers everyone's birthday, and sends their mother flowers. I don't know, because it doesn't make sense to me.
I think they brought it up on Baseball Today I was listening to, and they made a good point about why don't they just let him not umpire behind the plate? Let him be the first base umpire or the third base umpire.
I don't know if you
because he can't call balls and strikes. Well, you can't. That's the point.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that is I actually was a high school umpire, and I was always scared to go behind the plate. And like that, I was like, just let me just be at first base, or let me, you know what I mean? Like, cause there's only 2 of them. So I would let me just be at first base and do the bases thing. The thing is you blow, well, then again, I guess with replay, I guess that kind of destroys what I'm trying to say. But what I'm saying is when there's a missed call, when it comes to something on the bases, it's usually a lot bigger deal than it is with balls and strikes, because, you know, I've learned everyone thinks that their third called strike is a ball. Everyone, you know, we have the benefit of that little box telling us how bad he's been. So it actually makes no sense. This analogy does not work at all. So I am stupid because there's replay. But what I'm trying to say is if you put him on the bases, he can make bigger mistakes. Maybe not as many, but just bigger mistakes. But then again, there is
replay. Right. And also, being a major league umpire is a lot different than being a high school umpire.
No, we're the same.
Training is a lot more involved, and then you go through years in the minors, so you have no excuse.
Here's the thing:
there's going to be blown calls here and there.
Disrespect me. I'm super important, and everyone knows who I am in the baseball world because of my dedication to the high school field that I did for 1 year. So
yeah, and they kicked you out because you sucked. But what do I know?
Nothing. Let's do the last thing around the league before we start previewing these series. Man, it's always nice to hear people giving you odes of affirmation. Just saying your name, and we got to see that today at the Mets Cardinals game. Benches cleared. I guess multiple Mets have been hit. I know Francisco Lindor was hit in the head. Pete Alonso was hit in the head twice. And I guess we're 2 weeks into the season, so I guess that is a lot. And apparently they've been hit. If you don't watch their games, you don't know how much they're getting hit, but you obviously see the ones that are getting hit in the head. So, and then they decided to throw out Arenado once, missed, but it was a little high, close to his head. He gets a little crazy. I think the only, physical altercation is some coach threw Pete Alonso down to the ground. So I don't know exactly how that is going to unfold, but nothing really serious happened. But shit, are these guys going to? They're not the same division, but they got to play again at least one more time, right?
They sure do. I'm a huge fan of Nolan Arenado getting pissed off. When he gets hit and he charges the mound, it's awesome. When he yells and he's just like livid, it's awesome. But I think he has every right to be.
Yeah, of course.
Because whether or not they're retaliating, we all know you don't go above the waist.
Right. And if you can't control yourself, then you're not the guy to hit him.
Then you don't get to throw at him.
Yeah. And if it's like, hey, maybe if I should take a couple miles an hour off the ball so I can make sure not to hit him in the head, I can hit him in the back, butt, leg, whatever, then do that, because I'm sure when you get hit with 92, it hurts really bad, and you're not thinking, well, at least it's not 95. Like there's no radar gun with your body. That shit just hurts. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm more curious to see what's going to come of this now, based on what Chris Bassett said the other night when he's talking about how the baseballs are bad. They're very inconsistent as far as the quality goes. And I don't think it's inconsistent as far as, the leather and the stitching. I think it's more inconsistent on the mud rubbing and how long they've been in the humidor and which ones are more dry and which ones have more moisture. The pre-tacked ball has to be coming soon. It has to be.
It's
next
crazy
season.
that it's not even like they're implementing all these rules. Why aren't they using the pre-tack ball in AA? Why aren't they using the pre-tack ball in single A? I don't. That is what I don't get already. Like, it's an obvious issue. It's caused multiple injuries of guys who are using sticky stuff, which probably shouldn't be using, but they weren't gripping the ball as hard. And Tyler Glass now talks about how he thinks that's what kind of fucked up his arm and made him have Tommy John. So yeah.
Well, it's also so simple. It's already there's already a proven league that does it. That can just, here's our process. Here's what we do. You go to the NPB in Japan and say, how do you pre-tack your balls? Here's what we do. You do it. You implement it. Problem solved. Everyone's happy.
You become their friend. It's the same thing when you want to copy someone's homework in, whatever class you suck at. Like, hey man, I would really appreciate it. And listen, I seen that you went to Taco Bell a couple times. Here's $10. Taco Bell, which back in our day, Taco Bell, $10 a Taco Bell was a bunch. Now, $10 a Taco Bell doesn't even buy you a fucking meal. But that's...
Yeah. Whatever happened to dollar menus? This country's going to shit. Let's go, Brandon, or whatever they say. Thanks a lot, Joe.
Thanks, Biden. Ruined
bastard.
Taco Bell, too.
Yeah.
Jesus. Listen, Yeah, you just be their friend. Hey, let me buy you some whatever. Or, hey, Japanese league, let me give you this or that, whatever, this and that and this and that. Let me just copy your homework real quick, and then we'll be cool. You can copy my homework with this, and I can copy your homework with this, and call it a day.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. Probably not happening until the near future, but
crazy.
In an even nearer future,
nice transition.
The Dodgers and the Giants.
First of the year, baby.
First 2 games of the year. Giants are probably going to be feeling pretty good going into this. Dodgers have to sweep the Tigers, as far as I'm concerned, to feel any sort of good.
Is it at home or is it on the road?
Dodgers are at home.
Okay. Well, yeah, at least you won't have to play in the fucking freezing weather.
And the snow in Detroit, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Dodgers, Giants. I don't know who's lined up to pitch for you guys, but it's looking like a Tony Gonsolin to start the series, and then a Julio Urias to finish out the 2-gamer.
I believe it's a Webb and Rodon. I know Rodon is scheduled. It's either Webb and Rodon or Rodon and maybe bullpen game, because I don't think Disco definitely will be back in time. If we get lucky, it will be Rodon and Wood, but it's quite possible it's Rodon and bullpen game, Rodon and Webb, or what would that be? Let's see. 1, he pitched. A's 3. Then yeah, I think he would be scheduled the first game. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a Weber. I think it's gonna be Rodon and hopefully Alex Wood.
Yeah, I think I'm not really in a position to kind of guess what I think is going to happen, because I really think the Dodgers need to pick their shit up against Detroit.
Pick it up.
They were just bad, but this is somewhat typical of the Dodgers, like lowering their level of play when they play shittier teams. And when they're playing better teams, they seem to rise to the occasion a lot better. And when they're playing lower level teams, they kind of sink to the bottom with them, which can't do that.
That's not good. I'll say not good for 400, Alex. Yeah, I mean, Giants are doing another 3 with Washington at home. And that should be, I mean, I don't know. I don't think you can sweep a whole, season series with them. So I think it's for sure going to go 2 of 3. And then you know what? I'm feeling great. I'm feeling froggy.
Oh,
I'm doing a 2-game sweeper. So it is my opinion, my humble opinion, who, usually I undergo and then the Giants overachieve. So I'm going to go a nice 5-1 week next week, because they're going to pecker slap the Los Angeles Dodgers.
I'm going to say the Dodgers take 2 of 3 from Detroit. Get kind of the juice is flowing. And I was going to be the reasonable one this time around. I was going to say the Dodgers and Giants split, but you know what?
Most likely what's going to happen.
Fuck you. Just because you came out of pocket and said what you said right now. Dodgers are taking both games. They'll be in first place by the middle of next week. Giants will never see another game in first place. And I'm not talking just this year. I'm talking next year, the year after that, and the year after that.
Yeah. You know what? I was a little worried. I said we're going to do the sweep, and I feel like if you said they were going to split, I was going to be, oh, fuck. Now I feel like my mouth has just made it to where they're definitely going to get swept. But since you said it, I'm back out of the woods. Giants are gonna sweep it. It's gonna be great.
What a coward you are.
We are
what a coward.
And here's a list of guys who are going to turn it up, especially against the Dodgers, because I have to do my stud and dud of the week. But I'm gonna go dud just to get it out of the way. You know what, man? I am going to mention Joey Bart again, because he's had a bad week, hitting 133, 10 strikeouts in 15 plate appearances again. Jeez, it's really bad. Yeah, wait, that's not true.
So much for that MVP award that you said he was going to win.
First of all, I didn't say MVP. I said
friggin' A,
Rookie of the Year. which doesn't look like he's getting either. Anyways, that is not true. Fuck, dude. Here we go. There it is. Redid it. Actually, his batting, for some reason, I still had last week's stuff on my baseball reference. He is not hitting 133 last week. He is hitting 0-0-0. He has not had one hit, but his strikeouts are way down. He struck out 8 times in 16 plate appearances, so only striking out half the time.
Oh, way down. Yeah, way
That's
down.
it, way down.
Dude, just give him the Rookie of the Year. He earned it.
He is getting less plate appearances. I don't know, because here's the thing: they're winning, right? And I know a lot of Giant fans are like, "Hey, should we panic? What's going on with Joey Bart?" And the thing is you don't. I mean, yeah, maybe I get maybe playing him a little less, but who are you going to replace him with? The depth in the Giants catching system that's ready for major leagues right now? Shit. They have some guys in the minor leagues that they're excited about. Patrick Bailey, Ricardo Genovese. I mean, there's guys, but they're not ready for Major League Baseball right now. And Joey Bart has the potential to be a good offensive catcher. So I don't know. I say you just give it, let him try to figure it out, and hopefully things work out. And worst comes to worst, I don't know. Maybe you try to trade for Sean Murphy, but do that way later. You can't be doing that right now. But I am gonna give my dud.
What?
I'm just telling you about Joey Bart. Just letting you know I'm checking on him, but I'm not gonna give it to him because he cut his strikeouts down. I'm gonna give it to someone who actually looks really bad at the plate. I did this last week, right, where I said, "Oh, I don't want to pick on Darren Ruff right now, so I'm going to give Joey Bart my dud because I don't want to pick on Darren Ruff and I want to motivate him, but I'm switching it. I told you about Joey Bart. I'm not doing it because you know what? He's going to get the plate appearances because of his potential, and there's no one in the wings, so I'm not going to give it to him. I'm not going to put that juju on him. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get Darren Ruff going by giving him my dud because he's hitting 115, striking out 7 times out of his 26 plate appearances, and his at-bats just don't look good. I don't know. I mean, it was the opposite. His shit wasn't. His plate appearances were looking good. He was hitting the ball hard, but it just wasn't falling. And now it's just looking terrible. He's a right-handed bat. I say you give Austin Slater, who's been fucking killing it, maybe give him some solid right-handed at-bats, some righty-on-righty shit until Wade and LaSella come back, because he's been killing it. This year against righties, he's hitting just under 500, has a bomb, walked like 3 times, and this is only like 11 plate appearances for a small sample size, but he's proven it. Let the guy get some time. So that's my plea for Austin Slater. And my stud, I mean, you don't have to say it. We've talked about this guy I can talk about him all day.
Are you going with the bad bitch?
I'm going with a bad bitch. No, not Cardi B. I'm talking about Jock P. That is my fucking guy. I mean, listen to these numbers. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. He's hitting 400. Hitting 400. I mean, his on-base percentage is 409, so I mean, he's not walking either. But this dude's OPS is 1.3. Got 3 bombs, tied for the most bombs in the major leagues right now. I mean, what more do you want from the guy? This guy's making $6 million this year.
9 home runs.
Huh?
He has 9 home runs.
He has 6 home runs.
Oh, well, he's not tied then. Sorry, sweetie. I think Rizzo has 9. He hit 3 last night.
You're high. You're making me look this up. Maybe it was National League. Maybe I'm just a really bad person.
Well, we all know you can't read. You're bad at math.
It's not. Be nice to Jesse, okay? It's not his fault that he can't read.
It's not your fault he can't read.
Yeah.
I hate my father.
Anthony Rizzo has 9 home runs?
There's no way that's right. He hit 3 yesterday. I think that's plausible to think he had 6 before.
I don't think so. It's okay because Brandon Bell has bases loaded right now. And, oh shit, he doesn't have 9. He has 8, which is still a whole lot. We're going to wait, 2 seconds. I guess I can cut this shit out. What are we at? 37.
God fucking damn it.
What happened?
Seattle just scored.
Isn't that good?
Oh, no, I'm watching hockey.
Oh, okay. Here we go. We're back in. Okay, yeah, I guess you got me right. Fuck, it was tied for the most in the National League, but CJ Crone just, I guess, hit a home run in the past day and a half. So looks like he's not tied for the most. He's second most in the National League, which is tied for the third in all of baseball.
Cool.
Basically,
By the
he's hitting a lot of
All-Star
home
game,
runs.
he'll be hitting 230. Not worried about it.
He's hitting a lot of home runs, Tyler. So get off my fucking back, okay? Jock Pederson doesn't even have the pearls. Just imagine when he brings out the pearls. Well, imagine what he's going to be doing. So Jock Pederson, best player on the face of this earth. Barry Bonds, who? All right.
God, you sound ridiculous right now.
Too smart.
I don't know if I want to go with my stud or dud first because I've alluded to my my dud, but I'll go stud first. We got to give it up to our boy Walker Buehler, because I know he's your boy too. First complete game
like when he
of
gets
the
his ass kicked
season.
in the playoffs.
First complete game shutout of his career. He gives up 3 singles. He strikes out 10. How many did he walk? He walks 0.
A lot of people. He just walked a lot.
He walks 0. He pitched a great game, looked dominant from start to finish. And that good feeling coming off Walker Buehler's great performance was quickly erased by my dual duds. Yes, count them, 2 dual duds of the week. Max Muncy and Gavin Lux. They can't hit for shit. They're both batting under 180 in the last week. And they can't throw the goddamn ball. Guess what? If you can't hit, can't throw the fucking ball, you're going to lose a lot of games.
That's a good
So
point.
Gavin Lux, oh, how the mighty have fallen, and we're right back to where we've always been. He's in the dud column. I gave him 1 stud, and then,
That's
he just starts shitting the bed.
It's crazy. I was listening to somebody talking about how Gavin Lux's like hard hit percentage is like way up, and he's expected to break out. And that might be a positive you can look into, but at the end of the day, you lost to the Diamondbacks, so you don't want to look at anything positive. I get it. So other than that, that's all good.
Yeah. No. Gavin Lux, I don't know. Get rid of him. Do something.
If you could dedicate,
he's going to turn it around.
Is he? Yeah, I don't think so.
Maybe.
If you could dedicate a song to the how bad the Dodgers did this week, what song would you like? If last week's Dodger experience had a MySpace page, what would be the song playing on the MySpace page?
Let me put it to you in this way. I would put it. I would choose a song of how the Dodgers' performance made me feel, and whichever song references suicide the most that's ever been written, that's what I'm going with.
Okay. Yeah,
so there's your answer. Did I answer your question?
No.
Well, that's the answer you're getting.
That's what you're gonna get. Yeah. I mean, shit. I guess if since you're humbly asking the same question to me, Tyler, I would either.
No, I don't care how happy you are.
The theme song to the SpongeBob at the Bubble Bowl, Sweet Victory. That's what first comes to mind. I mean, you can do anything that just makes you happy. So, but I like to see.
Well, we got to wrap this episode up. It's been really fun, guys. As always, this episode is brought to you by Renovation Candle Company. Free candles for anyone who sends me a video of them pouring beer on Jesse at the Dodger game. Damn. Field level, third base side.
Wow. Okay. You know what? If you could just pour root beer on me so I can just drink it, that'd be tight. And I would allow it. So, yeah. I don't know what kind of jingle. Now you're just trying to make me sad and make me depressed. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. Make sure to follow us on your socials. Benches Clear Podcast on Instagram, Benches Clear P on Twitter, Benches Cleared on TikTok. And while you're listening to us, why not hit a little subscribe or a little following on Spotify? Leave us a review on your Apple Podcasts, Google, whatever. Make a dang profile and like us. Same thing with YouTube. We would appreciate it. And we'll see ya. Who knows? Maybe twice next week. Probably not. We'll probably just be once next week. But
we'll see you next week after the Dodgers go 5-0.
No, I think Jock Pederson went down. He stopped, and he was replaced by Austin Slater.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
But guess what? They're still going to come back, and Austin Slater secretly. I mean, I get my Austin Slater fix, so that's good. But maybe Jock
you were
Peterson
just talking about Jock Pederson being the best player in the world.
He's the best. He's the best to ever play baseball, and he's going to go on. Take some days off, maybe a little IL stint. Lamont Wade's going to come back, and he's going to kill it. It's going to be great. And then Jock's going to come back and just be hot because it's the beginning of the year, and he was hot when he started. So he's just going to be hot when he comes in. Thank you for listening. Fuck you, Tyler. And we'll see you at Dodger Stadium when the Giants beat them 10-0 and they get mad because they steal in the ninth.
Oh my! Luis Gonzalez can't even catch a fly ball. Okay, see you next week.
That's my guy. That's a catch. Boom, he caught it.